Hi planner friends, and welcome back to my channel. For this week's plan with me, I decided to go with a Barbie and Ken theme because on Tuesday the 9th is National Barbie Day and on the 13th is Ken Day. So that's where I got the inspiration for this spread. And what I did was I went online and I printed out the silhouettes and also the names Barbie and Ken because I really wanted them to be in that Barbie and Ken style. And there are a ton of pictures online, but I wanted to keep the spread simple. And I got this Scotch Expressions decorative packing tape, which you're seeing on your screen right now. And it's a little bit see-through, but it works for what I wanted it to work for. And this week was the perfect week to use this hot pink packing tape because it goes with the Barbie colors. So I put it on the sides of the page to kind of reinforce the where the rings go. And oh my goodness, cutting this thing out, it took forever. And my scissors kept on getting stuck to the tape, and it was just a little bit of a nightmare. So I don't think I'll be doing this again. And then it left me with that big piece that you see in the middle there. So I saved that and I will use it later on in the spread. Then I played around and kind of got with the position where I wanted the silhouettes to go. And I know it's kind of hard to tell, but there are pencil marks of where the boxes are. So I ended up using those as a guide. And then I placed the Barbie and Ken names up on top. And I kind of played around with them for a little bit, but I figured that's how I want them to go. Then this is a film sticky note that again I got from Daiso. It has really become my favorite store for washi tape and all sorts of accessories and planner related stuff because they just have so much cute stuff. And this is a sticky note, so only one side of those is sticky, so they're really easily repositionable. And then here you see me going back in with that decorative packing tape. And again, nightmare trying to cut this. And I actually ended up cutting a little bit of the paper. So you can see on the bottom, it's not super even anymore. And I'm sure it's probably going to drive me insane, but that's okay. And so I did the same thing on the Ken side and cut that extra piece off. And I know, it's crooked. So then I decided to check which markers go best. And of course, the marker from Daiso wins because it was perfect. I also picked the pen, but I ended up not using it because I just didn't need it. So I drew in the lines, and around this third one, I figure out that, I'm dragging the marker all over the page. And so I had to wipe the pen down or the ruler down every single time that I drew down a line, which is frustrating, but it's okay. And actually on the Ken side here, you see I mess up a little bit and I drag the ruler out. So there's a couple of lines that are not very pretty. But once I figured out that I have to wipe this thing down every time, it kind of made my life easier. And what I wish I would have done in the beginning is figure out where the top line needs to go, because you can see at the top there's a couple of places where the vertical line goes above the top horizontal line, but I figured out a way to fix that later on. So here I thought that this looks pretty good, and I thought that I was done. And then I remembered, oh yeah, gotta paper punch it. And what I did was I used a white piece of paper in the background to make sure that the stickiness of the tape doesn't get stuck inside of the hole punch. And then you see me make a mistake with the Ken, or not a mistake, but it actually ends up getting stuck when I was trying to get Ken's paper punched. But then I figured out that it was just one little spring that got stuck, and I ended up using a pen to try and get that thing out of there. And it ended up being pretty easy, but I learned that I should probably not use any sort of tape to do the holes unless I have another piece of paper behind it, because I think what caused it was that it was already punched and there was probably just a little tiny piece of the tape that was sticky and it got stuck in there. But here you see I popped it out pretty easily and everything ended up being okay. So at this point, I thought that I was done because it's simple, it's pretty straightforward. And then I was like, nah, I need some more stuff. So I did a do your best everyday sticker, and then I covered up the notes, which I know you can see through it. I should have used whiteout. And I used other little pieces of that leftover tape to make sure I cover up any of those smudge lines. And here is the final result. And once I put it into my planner, I know you can't really tell from here, but the rings that I have are a really pretty hot pink. So it matched with the spread really, really well. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you in my next video.